So we're working on today, forwards for most of our athletes, working on the Russian somersaults right here. So you'll watch Lily as she's in the set position. She's going to go through 2 practice arm swings in a quick, fast motion through the hips. And on the third, she's going to move through the same arm action, but she is going to add a hip up, and she's going to add that hip up. Once those wrists pass through where the shoulders are, you can keep going now. I told you I was just going to be talking on the other side. So as the wrists pass through, chest is going to stay up, but it is up and forward. So we talk about placing our chest up on a pyramid. Yeah, you can do back connection drills. You can roll off the mat. You can do your stall bar tuck-ups. Now our head has to stay level, and we're focused on fast arms. So the momentum of our arms with a little push through our legs is going to carry us through the somersault. So this is all about arms. Cut the head out. Okay? Transfer of angular momentum, TOAM, that is one of our forms of rotation. So we're using the arms, our wrists have to get below the center of gravity, which is just out in there. You drop your head, you won't. And if you're watching us from out at home, I have a visual spot. You see my purple noodle right out there. That's to help some of them keep their head up, chin up, and then just get your head and shoulders out of the way. Better. Now keep it up through that chase a little longer. It was there, so you got out of the way well, but we can still maximize more. Lily's gotten pretty good at these. Passing through the first 2 are warm-up. They're getting our pathway in speed and timing. The third one, what I like to say, is we're passing off a baton. So you have a baton in your hand and you're in a relay. And as soon as that baton passes your hips, it's like you're turning the hips on and it pops the hips. Now that's when the head is level and the wrists are getting ready to transfer below the center of gravity. And then that action right there, we get eccentric thrust, which is the most powerful form of rotation we can get. And that is where our your force line is in direct line with your center of gravity. And then we have all of that upper body weight that is tangent to that out here. And when you get all that upper body weight and wrist below center of gravity and the force of the board going through your hips, oh my goodness, you can get a lot of rotation. Hence, people like Hayden Jones being able to do 109C on 1 meter. Amazing stunts by amazing athletes. But that's maximizing rotation. So if you have athletes that are slow spinning on their fronts and their inwards, working on the Russian somersault is going to help the speed of their arms. A lot of the divers get stuck with their arms up here when their feet are leaving the board. All they can do is pick up your feet. So coaches, you keep telling your athletes, stop picking up your feet. You got to start thinking about what's on the distal, opposite end. Is it distal end, opposite end? Oh goodness, opposite end from the feet. Because what happens below the center of gravity is reflected above, just like what happens above is reflected below. So the direction of those arms is going to help out with the direction of that foot push. And on these, we still have to focus on pushing down. Not much of the foot slap action on this. Chin is a little bit dropping down. And you can stay narrow. They kind of get out to the side on these no matter what, but try to stay narrow throw because you tend to go wide. And that's why we get slowed down some too. You need to start thinking more palm over palm, hand over hand. And just, it's staying there, throwing through these. You like to go wide like your twisters a little bit. You feel it? Your arms are moving, but you need to get out of the way faster, so we need to also increase your crunch.
I feel like I push with my feet, but I'm like here. I'm like here.
You don't want to be too far forward. The lean takes away from your push, so you can't do the hip up. So then it's all arms. Our legs do help here, of course, because you are pushing off the floor. Russian somersault. Forward and inward spinning actions. Keep the chest still. Chest stays still, and then as we start to push, we throw, push, chest moves up on top of the pyramid, and then we chase. Throw, push, chase. Throw, push, chase. Throw, push, chase. And a lot of your athletes do that. They'll pause on that last one, and then they do more of a punch grunt, which is just standing there and throwing. And that's what a lot of us are used to doing when we're doing lots of floor somersaults and that. So yes. 3. Not bad, not bad. Transfer of angular momentum as the arms are flowing through, getting below. Here's your center of gravity. Your wrists need to get below before your feet get off. So the arms got to be fast, and you got to have fast crunch on the front side. That's good, except for right when you go push, you drop your head, and the body starts to follow and tips forward. So you can't push your hips up very well. You're going out. There! Now, a little bit longer before the head follows through. Yay! Now we get it. Great starting position when you look at Lily here. Boom! There you go. Arms stop, and then boom! Legs turn on, and we plop right on over. A little closer up. On around. You're doing reverse 1.5 pike. So we need to get your tucks going again today. You can still build up tuck pike and then go to 1.5 tuck and then see how you feel about pikes. They may not be there. A little bit closer up. Push. Yeah! You should be feeling that now. Now, can you do it on the board? Timing with the board is different than being on the platform there. Okay? Stack of mats. This right here, 6-inch mat. Put some foldable mats underneath the 6-inch mat, and that would probably suffice as long as you're not jumping from too high of a height. And there we go. On that last one, you got too much going with the shoulders first. Throw the arms. Then as you start your push, we get out of the way, and then chase. It's hard. It's hard. The head wants to go first. It wants to be in charge. Now, you needed to get through, but we didn't get out, over, and around very well, and that comes into that front side. Please note that on every category, the muscles that we use to get in and out, all of our front side muscles, everything on the front side should be firing when we get in, whether it's a back and reverse or a front and inward. The Russian somersault, brace on. Hey, thank you for joining us here at MRDC, Coach Corey. Please see us next time, and thanks for joining us, Russian somersaults. Oh, last one, finally.